One of the things that I get asked often is, why is it that when I let go of someone, they come crawling back? Well, there's some psychological reasons, and that's why sometimes it's good to play the game a little bit, because there is some psychological vulnerabilities that most people have, that whenever you pull away, it causes them to feel uncontrollable emotions. And if you learn how to control yourself and have some level of detachment, meaning where you consciously know if they leave, you're going to be happy. You don't have to verbalize that. You just have to be emotionally ready that if they leave, that you're able to still be happy. This literally causes people to see you more attractive. And there's actually many reasons why. And this is why I want to go over this, because it's so important. It's at the core of why you should learn how to control your emotions. Okay, and don't forget, we're having 50% off all of our courses using the coupon code BLACK, and 20% off working with me one-on-one using the coupon code BLACK. And it ends at the end of today, people. All right, so let's begin this. So the first thing is that you might activate their fear of abandonment. Now, why is that? Well, because sometimes the feelings that we have for situations are based on what we felt in the past. If your caregiver abandoned you, either temporarily for like a year or so, or forever, you're gonna have this feeling that hasn't healed. Meaning, when I say it hasn't healed, I mean that when something activates that feeling, it comes in full force. There is no coming in half force. It's in full force, which means you haven't healed from it. And this full force creates a projection in a person where they'll begin to see another person rather than seeing you, right? The fuck is that? Like a fucking alien, right? So this unresolved trauma creates energy to create a projection that superimposes itself on reality, where they see this rather than seeing this, right? And so the fear of abandonment will cause them to sense that you left them, feel needy, and as soon as you validate them, the projection stops. And then they realize they never had a connection with you, right? So that's why when you know a person has a fear of abandonment, you gotta be careful. When you leave them, they're gonna beg, they're gonna act pathetically until you take them back, and then they'll once again do the same shit again. That's a sign that it's not gonna work out. The next thing is that it creates scarcity. Men fall in love with women who, and people in general fall in love with them, is because you see them less. Like literally, the byproduct when you're getting over people, don't you notice that you start to see them less and less and less? You start to be less present. You start to validate them less and less. And this scarcity increases his desire to want to see you, right? It makes him want to see you more. Honestly, it's really that simple. This one is really simple. It's just they don't see you often, and because of that, they value you more, and they'll fall in love more. Sometimes you just need a little space. You already prepared the food. You gotta put it in the oven, motherfucker. Like you gotta put it and you gotta wait. The scarcity principle is something that a lot of people don't want to use because they have the wrong idea of human nature, which is the more attention you give, the more they'll want you, which is complete opposite. All right. Now, the next one is that you might start to act attractive. You stop being needy and creepy. You stop giving them the fucking crazy eyes. And a lot of the times we don't notice ourselves doing it. You think you're being, charming, but in reality, you don't know you're giving across creepy vibes. And when I say creepy, I mean desperate energy. The way you text, your responses, everything is faster. When you finally, mentally let go, literally your whole behavior changes. And that's why I tell you guys, learn the behavior of how you behave when you're letting go. It actually illuminates to you exactly how you're supposed to behave. And all of a sudden, everything you do is more seductive. All of a sudden, everything you do is more attractive to the guy. And that's because we all have an attractive self at the core of each one of our psyche. Just like everyone has an asshole, everyone has an inner Trump, an inner Hitler, everyone has an inner Satan, an inner shadow side. At the same time, everyone has an attractive side, and it comes out when you're not attached to the outcome, right? Now the next one, we're gonna go over here. Okay, you can keep recording, right? The next one is, this is what I call the thermometer of happiness. Sometimes people grow to depend on you emotionally, right? Oh shit, right? Sometimes people grow to depend on you emotionally. So whenever you pull away, they can be happy. But the problem with these types of people is like, just like any thermometer, there's a certain like limit, meaning after it gets to this temperature, it'll go down and regulate it to this temperature until until life causes it to go back up, and then once this senses it, it'll bring it back down. Well, what we like to call that self-sabotage. Meaning, when the relationship is making this person this happy, all of a sudden their brain will create a scenario or a mindset that will cause them to not want to be with you. They'll be unhappy. They'll find something. They might even start doing drugs. They might start doing things that go against what you guys agreed on. And you might say, why are you doing that? And you know what's crazy? He might not even notice he's doing that, right? And so because of that, they'll feel like they're really losing interest. What it really is, it's just self-sabotage. And the bad part about this is that they're also a victim of it, because they'll wake up one day, realize the mistake they've made, come back to you. But the problem with that, this pattern repeats itself. They can't help it. They have some form of trauma that causes them to only reach a certain level of intimacy. Once there's a certain level of vulnerability, which can actually heal them, their bodies doesn't want to heal. Their body is happy in unconsciousness. And so it'll create more unhappiness, right? And so if you're part of that mix, you're going to be victim of that pattern. You can't help it. Now the next one is this one, right? And I don't know what the fuck I put here, people. I don't remember what I put here. Oh yeah, I remember now, right? And that's that they respect you more. Like, sometimes people are aware when they're fucking with you, right? People know when they're doing what they're not supposed to be doing with you. And a lot of the times when you don't say nothing, they secretly notice that you're being a little bitch. They secretly notice that you don't have any backbone. And secretly, deep down, they lose respect for you. And what most people want to have, this is actually a real thing, most people want to respect you. Like, the fact that they can't respect you sometimes is something that they can't control. It's because you inspire that. So sometimes leaving will not get them to, like sometimes leaving is all you needed to do to show this person you have a backbone. And honestly, you can't get mad at them. This is the thing. When people don't respect you, don't get mad at them. That's your fault. That's on you, not on them. All right? And then you tell people you watch my channel, right? And then the next thing is that, like addiction, they are split inside. Okay, for example, crackhead does crack. He's like, okay, let me do crack. I got $30 left. He does it. Then he realizes he took the $30 from his kids. He feels horrible. And his kids are like, Daddy, when are you gonna stop doing crack? And you're like, baby, I'm gonna do it for you. And he feels motivated. My God, he feels motivation. He's like, I'm gonna do it for my kids. These are my babies. And then all of a sudden, a week later, he thinks about, well, my kids are off with their moms. Maybe I could just do crack for half a night. He does it. And then all of a sudden, he forgot why he shouldn't do it. He wakes up and he feels bad. He's like, fuck, I should have not done it. I'm sorry, kids. And kids are like, Daddy, why you keep doing crack? He's like, I just cannot help it. And then when they leave, all of a sudden what inspires him to stop, he forgets. And now all of a sudden he's like, I'm bored. Maybe I should do crack. And that's the pattern, is that when you fuck up, that's when you want them. But when things are good, that's when you want to have fun. A lot of people associate goodness with wanting something new, meaning they see having a healthy relationship, because you got to understand something about a healthy relationship is that it's repetitive and it has a certain level of monotony. and a certain level of routine. And this is what causes a guy to fall in love, the routine. But also it's what causes a person who doesn't know how to value the little things, it causes them to find this boring, right? And these are the types of people that in the long run, which is end up alone. And if you keep entertaining people like this, you're gonna end up trying to save a drowning man, which means you're gonna drown yourself, right? And this is why sometimes you get the results of walking away. Watch this. If you could get the results of walking away from someone without walking away if you mentally resolve to never to walk away if this happens. Just keep your hand on your sword and shield at all times. Not even for a friend, you take it away. And this will give you the best results. You don't have to walk away. You don't have to get to the point where you have to walk away. You just have to have that internal standard, which will marinate through your nonverbal cues. They'll be able to tell that there's this strength emanating from you through your nonverbal cues. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, click on the description down below where it says work with Father Alex, right? And there you can book a one-on-one coaching call, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't matter. And 50% off all of our courses using the coupon code BLACK PEOPLE. Not black people, black, comma, people, because I always say people, right? And there you can get the courses, the psychological agreement of attraction, all of my courses, and the bundles that actually have a discount. You can get a discount on top of the discount, but that's only available for today. So y'all better not be asking me. I get paid on the 15th. I already got that message from someone. They're like, Father Alex, extend it. It's gonna make me look like a liar if I keep extending it. We can't do that shit. No, absolutely not. So purchase it now or else wait till next year. Bye-bye. Yeah. Thank you very much.